Yeah. Funny thing, that message doesn't seem to appear in tiles. It only appears in console or something. Maybe it's because I'm expectating my own game in tiles instead of playing it on tiles. But anyway, what was the thing that I wanted to do with this character? Bolts 2? Or something else? What have I already done? Did I did Bolts 4? I did. This character is so fast. Dude, 21,000 turns. That's only as fast as that because because of Jiyva regen. That's the only reason why. Um, but yeah, I'm done with all of these, right? Dude, this character is crazy. I think we are gonna have to go do a lure branch now. Um, you can do Spider or Shoals. I don't want to do either, to be completely honest. Both of them suck. I'll do. Oh man, both of them suck. Yeah. I don't like either of them. Also, I don't think I'm gonna be getting a lot of. I think it's gonna be both harder and less rewarding to do these places than it was to do bolts or elf. I think I did do elf already. Maybe I haven't. Yeah, I haven't. Okay, I haven't because I don't have willpower for the banishment. But yeah, this character is crazy strong. It is important to not forget about the fact that this character is insane. It has crazy amounts of slaying, big dexterity, which means big damage, and it also has a ton of regen, courtesy of Jiyva. I currently don't have regen items equipped, but Jiyva gives me more than enough regen mm, to be okay in that regard. Not a fan of this. Yeah, this kind of sucks. You cannot read scrolls while unable to breathe. I also cannot read scrolls of teleport, which is what I was thinking about doing. I guess I can read fear. What I would be able to if I had them identified. Funnily enough, I have many items that I have not identified. I have many items like that. Hmm, hmm. Maybe self-shaft is a good thing to do here. I would have gone upstairs, but I got mesmerized, so I wasn't able to break it. Also, yeah, I could have poked using a scroll fogu, but I was engulfed by the water elementals. You cannot read scrolls when you're engulfed. I guess I could have used a wand of flame as well to try to break line of sight. Maybe that was the correct thing to do. Regardless, we are self-shafting. And if this character dies, I have to say that it is a direct result of, wow, okay, you stop digging, you're blown backwards. That's evil. I think evil is a light way to put it. I think that's absolutely vile. uh, oh, Scrolls of Poison are marked purple now. Nice. They don't do a lot. I hate that Scrolls of Poison don't place the clouds on top of the monsters. Um, I really hate that. I feel like it should place the clouds on top of everything on the screen. Like every tile on the screen should be filled with clouds. It would obviously be more powerful than Condenser Bane, but at the same time, it's a consumable, and Condenser Bane is not a consumable, so it's okay for it to be more powerful. At least that's what I think. As it is right now, it can be very lackluster, and in this situation, it is being very lackluster. I am going to try to shaft myself again, or maybe not, because I can't. Go on the flame on the avatar. You're no longer mesmerized. The Javelineer almost died from that. I guess I'm just gonna get rid of the Javelineer. Can I just get rid of everything? I don't think so. Yeah, this is a bad position. Too many dudes. I think I also have to get rid of the Windrake. The easiest way for me to do that is to just use a Slimify on it. Fortunately, it walks next to me, so now I can dig. Now I can shaft myself. Dude, I hate Shoals. Shoals sucks. And yeah, like Shoals is ridiculously overpowered for the point in the game where you're expected to do it. This character did bolts before going here, and it's still getting absolutely dumpstered by it. And before going here, I was the one dumpstering everything, you know. So I'm not a fan. I think it's just a bit too rough. It may also be related to the fact that my character is just a pure melee character. It doesn't have anything other than melee. I don't think it even has evocations. I've been training for crossbows. I had forgotten about that, but pressing that button reminded me that I picked up a crossbow and I should probably put it to use. It's only a +0 arbalest, so nothing too special. But at the end of the day, I have crazy slaying, so nothing too special is gonna be pretty strong with the ridiculous amount of slaying that I have. Yeah, I think using that is gonna be good for this place. All right, let's continue. This time, actually shooting the crossbow, because shooting the crossbow is a good thing. When things get in melee range, I can just switch to tabbing them. Um, Hello, Railbird. Good to see you around, and thank you for stopping by. Um, hmm. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I lost my pseudobots and then I won them again. This mutation sucks because it helps your base armor class that you get from your body armor. That in conjunction with not really having access to a lot of scrolls of enchant armor from being a worshipper of Jiyva is pretty rough. I feel like Jiyva already nerfs your armor class enough for that mutation to further nerf your armor class. It's not that impactful. But it is impactful, and any amount of impact is bad. That's an okay item, but I have something really good already equipped. +8 scale mail. That gives me 6 slaying. Yes, you cannot pass up on 6 slaying. Um, I have so much slaying with this character, so much. Um, yeah, we have 15 slaying. We have 15 slaying, dude. 15 slaying. Any character can just pick up any kind of launcher and completely destroy everything in the game with 15 slaying. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't have a bad time or a rough time from now on with this character because it's that strong. And yes, always it takes a bit to get back in the mindset of the character and like remember what it does and what it can do in order to be a character once you restart the game. Or at least it's like that for me almost always. But once you do, you should be fine. It's just a matter of actually surviving to that point. Um, did I set a stop for the crossbow? I think this stop nowadays is 16. I think that's min delay for the arbalest. Yeah, it is 16 min delay. The scale mail slightly slows your attacks with this weapon. I'm okay with that. Yeah, even if it's not the fastest attacks ever, it's still gonna be ridiculous. This ghost is pretty weak. I am a bit surprised that this guy made it this far. Doesn't hit hard, doesn't have evasion, doesn't have spells, doesn't have that much HP. Yeah, it's surprising. Let's open the door. Oh, the jelly is gonna eat something. Scroll of Poison, Ring of Light, I don't care about those. Um, if it was not for the fact that a ghost is incorporeal, I think it would be corroded already. That's bad. Yeah, I opened it because maybe like the chainmail had a pretty good chance of being really good, but it was not. Sometimes it is like that. That's fine. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. The Kraken got a bit sketchy. You know how it is with the Kraken, all the tentacles just surround you. The Harpy enters a disposal trap. You feel a strange sense of stasis. I like that message. Got another charge once shop. We should be okay. Dream Ship. A Dream Ship just... The moment that it entered the screen, it just put me to sleep. That's really rare, you know? They don't put you to sleep in one go. This is the perfect situation for me to use Oozmancy. It's gonna hit everything that will come close to me. So I'm gonna inevitably get put to sleep here. It's gonna happen again because there's no way for me to break the line of sight of the Dream Sheep. But everything is gonna die before, or like even though I will be asleep. So I'm fine. Oozmancy is a really strong ability. I like that Jiyva gives you enough of a chance to be able to use it so much. I'm gonna buy that Wand of Digging. Yeah, there's nothing really that I want to buy. Like the Falchion of Flaming, I was thinking about buying it so I could use it against the Hydras in Lair, but Slimy Fight did the job, so everything went okay. Okay, pretty insane character, I have to say. Also, this character is doing something that wasn't doable before, which was using a launcher as a Jiyva worshipper. Since now there's no more ammunition, since ammunition no longer exists, you can actually use a launcher and have it be a thing. Otherwise, you would run out of ammo and render it and your skill on it completely useless, which was of course not very good. The same still is true for throwables. Like if you're using a throwable, it's not gonna go well for you. If you're gonna run out of throwables really, really fast. Um, okay, got hit for 42 just by pressing out to explore. Pretty rough. Two potions of heal wounds. I want those. For a second, I thought that it was a shield, but it is not. Um, Fortunately, the jelly that I summon with the retaliatory damage doesn't eat anything, so yeah, I don't have to compete with that one for the loot. Mm, I wish I could haste, but I can't. Okay, I'm gonna go for slimy or for Oozmancy here. Did I fail? No, I didn't fail. It's just that these were not really turned in color, or they didn't change in color in console, but in TAS they did. Funny, weird bug. All right. So yeah, important to remember that I'm still really, really strong, so I don't feel so afraid of being at 50% HP. Regardless, even if I felt afraid, since I am a Formicid, there's not much that I can really do about it. Mm. I would like to drink a potion of flight. Maybe just whack these guys. I got corroded. Impressive, considering that I am a worshipper of Jiyva. Would it be too strong if Jiyva made you completely immune to corrosion? Maybe. Not even jellies are immune to corrosion, so I guess it wouldn't make a lot of sense. And Jiyva is already really, really strong, so it's understandable um, that no such thing would happen. Okay. Okay, Barnacled Rune. I think the jellies woke up the dudes. So when I got to the vault, there was no one guarding it. Mm, Pretty weird thing that happened. That kind of thing doesn't normally happen when you're a Jiyva worshipper. Or doesn't normally happen unless you're a Jiyva worshipper. Yeah, weird. But yeah, this character is absolutely bonkers. Really powerful character. Anything with 15 slaying is gonna be powerful, especially if you realize that you have 15 slaying and a manual of crossbows and just pick up and use your manual of crossbows. How long until I get to, yeah, 0.5 experience levels until I get to min delay with the arbalest? I say min delay, but it's not really possible to get to min delay nowadays, just because of the nature of launchers in this version. Launchers and shields will prevent you from getting to min delay with your launcher, or sorry, armor and shields will prevent you to get into min delay with your launcher forever. So if you're using heavy armor and you're using a shield, if the shield is at 27 skill, then all the penalty is removed. But the same is not true for armor. You need like 45 skill to remove all the penalty. So it's never gonna happen. I'm not a big fan of that. Especially because as a spellcaster, spellcasters also have a similar issue to that, right? But spellcasters can actually train their skills beyond a certain point to be able to completely mitigate the penalty that you get from your body armor, or render it irrelevant enough that you can like still cast as if you were not wearing heavy armor, just by training the spell schools. But with a launcher, you cannot do that thing. Like if you train more than min delay for your launcher, it doesn't really do anything, despite the fact that you're not really shooting at min delay. And that's something that I would like to see changed. In my opinion, that would be a nice change because like you cannot really mitigate the effect of the body armor by training armor. Mm. So yeah, anyway, let's go do depths, I suppose. I don't want to do spider. Whenever I have spider, I just don't do it. I go do something else. Okay, that's pretty nice. We got 3 pips of fire resistance. The one that I really want, however, is called resistance. I guess I can take off that ring that would drain me. That's not the greatest thing ever. Especially not when I'm about to enter depths. I feel like I'm gonna take it off during depths, but not at the very beginning of depths where I might need all my HP that I have right now. The fights at the very start of depths can get pretty rough. Okay, please stop fumbling attacks. I want to kill the avatar. Yep, there we go. So yeah, this is part of the reason why I didn't really want to do this part of the game, shoals. But like, if it's between shoals and spider, I'm gonna have to do one of those two, right? Like, I would prefer to not do either, but spider is always out of the question. It's just how it is with spider. It's an awful place. What is this? I had Scrolls of Identify, or I had the pickup for Scrolls of Identify turned off. Huh. I think I did because I didn't auto pick up that one. Okay, I want to see the rest of this vault. It has a ton of Merfolk and Altar of Trog. If it has an Altar of Trog, it better have some good loot. But so far, I haven't seen anything. Maybe a slime generated in there, ate all the loot, and then got killed by the Merfolk. Maybe that's what happened. If so, that really sucks. Oh, or maybe the Merfolk are wearing the loot. And Ring of Protection. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Merfolk's wearing the loot. So if you want the loot, you have to kill the Merfolks. I don't think I particularly care about the Demon Tridents that those guys have, so I'm just gonna leave. Okay, fortunately I got a pretty generous layout that allowed me to, do as little of shows as possible. Shows is a truly despicable place for a character like mine. Okay, let's go do depths as I mentioned. Before I go in, I think I would like to get some better resistances. Yeah, eventually I would like to have poison resistance and a resistance to negative, and I would love to remove this ring. Of course, it would drain me, so that's annoying. And so I'm not gonna do it immediately. I would also like to have better shield, of course. And I would like to be able to wear these things, you know. But it's not like I have a lot of enchant armor. I just identified it. Hmm. Haha! Okay. Shouts to being a Formicid. Let's go. Yeah, take a look at this. Sources, Malevolence feels the depths, teleportation trap spontaneously manifests. Um, you feel a strange sense of stasis. But that's a direct result of me being a Formicid. I do not. I do not have that issue that other characters would have. That would have been pretty rough for so many characters, but not for mine. Not for mine. All right, let us continue. And so far, this character has felt absolutely insane, but that's just how it is with 15 slaying. I've gotten some pretty amazing loot with this character. Pretty amazing loot. Okay, that's awful. Do I have Scrolls of Fear? Because it would be good to use one of those right now. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Um, Unfortunately, there's so many monsters in here. Like if I go down, I would still immediately be surrounded by monsters, so it's not a good thing. Um, okay, the 18 turned around. I'm gonna use a scroll summoning here. Let's see if these D15 monsters can deal with the Depths 1 monsters. Spoiler, they can't really. Yeah, they can't. Maybe it would be a good idea to get some evocations. Maybe I'll have to think about that after getting my crossbow to min delay. Okay. Mighty Deep Troll could be worrisome. Fortunately, it was not. And yeah, now let's go down and hope that I do not die horribly. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not good. I think what I'm gonna do here is Slimify the Shaman. It turned into an acid bluff. It's gonna be a pretty good ally. Okay. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, LRD doesn't do anything because I have a ton of armor class. Well, I guess it's not really even a ton. It's just okay armor class. 27 is not a ton. In fact, I would say that it is on the lower side of armor class for a melee character. Fortunately, I got this layout. And I got this acid bluff. Like, it's just staying here while I am start dancing things. So it's really helping me at killing things. The Lance of Force hits you. You stop ascending the stairs. Alright. I feel compelled to go downstairs now. And by that I mean I feel compelled to shaft myself. Yes, that went well. Yeah, the layout was extremely unfavorable for what my character was doing. If I was not an Formicid, I would have teleported. So in that one occasion, it actually didn't play out in my favor to be a Formicid. Who would have guessed? Let's train this to 12. I think 12 is more than enough. I deal so much damage with my thing. I find it astonishing that I deal so much damage. I don't have a file of lots, but it's understandable that I'm lacking so many things because I am, at the end of the day, a character that worshipped Jiyva since D1. Yeah, you're gonna miss so many things if you do that. But I also wouldn't abandon Jiyva. Jiyva is pretty good in this version of the game. If you were to travel 1 year into the past and tell me that I would like Jiyva in 2022, I wouldn't have believed you. But the rework just was that good. it very severely buffed Jiyva, which is exactly what was always needed. Jiyva was just never powerful enough to warrant going through what you have to go in order to get Jiyva in the first place. So yeah, I like how Jiyva is right now. Big fan. Hmm. That looks like loot. Um, hmm. Okay, Usmansi. Hmm. I got corroded. What corroded me? Your corrosive artifact corrodes you. Okay, sure. Taking a lot of damage in some of these fights. Not a big fan of that. But yeah, there's gonna be loot on the other side of that. Um, Huh. The walking earthen domes pages rustle loudly. That's not very loud. Yeah, I would be very surprised if that was really loud. Should I open that? I feel like I shouldn't. I'm gonna hope that. Yeah, of course the jellies cannot open that. But I'm gonna hope that no jellies spawn inside and eat all the loot. I just cannot deal with that right now. I'm not powerful enough. I think it would go bad, and as a Formicid, of course, if things go bad, I don't have the panic buttons that normally I would have with most of my characters. Um, so yeah, better not mess with that. Still walking around with no willpower. Of course, the greatest worries that come with no willpower are things that do not affect the Formicid, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still something that I would like to fix eventually so I can go do Elf. The lack of willpower prevents me from going into Elf because there's dudes that vanish. There's so many dudes that vanish. Two different monsters in Elf actually have banishment. The Demonologist and the Sorcerers both have banishment. I think there's a dude with Agony as well, but I'm not sure. Let's see. No, it's Death Mage. Yeah, because Necromancers have it. Okay, Death Mages don't have Agony. I guess it would be too rough if Death Mages had Agony. I'm kind of glad that they don't. Okay, Dexterity again. We want all the Dexterity now that Swords scale with Dexterity. You know, 27-23 defenses are not the worst. It's okay armor class and okay evasion, which combine and make it so that it's pretty good defenses overall. Because like characters are not always gonna have, or not even often, gonna have large amounts of armor class and evasion like this character does. So the combination of both those things make it so that you don't really take that much damage during fights, and when you do take damage, you are completely okay. And now, as I mentioned, the Necromancer has Why is the Necromancer not? Why was it not turned into? Yeah, I needed to turn into a slime creature because I don't want to get Agonied. Getting Agonied here would be absolutely nightmarish. Lost a bit of Jiyva piety there, unfortunately. Okay, that went fine. Still looking for a shield. Yeah, there's probably no longer a buckler of poison resistance in there, but I don't think I care too much. So the golden dragon could hit me with the poison or with the cold, and those two would hurt me a lot. As much as I joke about the golden dragons being pretty weak, they're still kind of dangerous if you don't have the resistance. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, unfortunately there's a couple of jellies here, so I cannot use enough tremor stones. I just have to tank it, or maybe displace them and have them die, so I can use enough tremor stones here, which is the best thing that I can do. Okay, pretty rough. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna regen. Okay. Oh, took a lot of damage there. Yeah, we're getting to a point in the game where we're just gonna inevitably start taking a lot of damage. This would be a bit less bad if I had more, you know, shield stats. Mm. Condenser Bane would be a pretty good thing to have here. Mm. I kind of want to use a Scroll of Poison. Okay, I'll do it. Like the jellies are not affected by that. They're poison resistant, so they're immune to the poison clouds. Now I can use a potion of attraction and just pull everyone into the poison because the poison doesn't generate on the tiles that they are standing on. So sure, attraction. I could even combine that with Ooze Manzi. I don't feel like I need to, so I'm not going to. I don't know who Sergio Kitchens is, and I have to look that up. Yeah, no idea who that is. Never heard of that person before. Um, so I am not qualified to enact a judgment. Pretty rough. That removed almost all of my almost all of my clouds. Like the ones that were doing work there are pretty much gone. Um, and I also now need poison resistance. I'm gonna put it on instead of this because I have 3 pips of fire resistance already. Took a decent amount of damage. I'm not a fan of this. Oh, it's a mighty warlord, of course. Of course, this is going very poorly. It's just understandable. Hmm. With a different character, I would blink and just bail, but of course I cannot do such a thing. I also don't have the time to dig down. I feel like the warlord kills me in 2 attacks, so I cannot dig down. Hmm. Not the warlord. Okay, now I think I could dig down theoretically. Um, Yeah, I can still dig down. Sphinx can confuse me. It has a 1 in 4 chance to do it. That's pretty bad. I'm going to go for Slimify here on the Sphinx. Okay, it turned into a Azure Jelly. Um, ouch. Okay, there we go. We got rid of the Atin. I'm gonna drink Heal Wounds. Pretty rough. Pretty rough indeed. Um, mm, 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 I feel like I do have to um, try to not die. Slimify again? You already have the slime rune. Yeah, I'm slimifying things that I deem too dangerous. The fire dragon is not, and the Rakshasa is immune. Because it's not living nor a corporeal undead, it's a demon. Um, so I could do it on the fire dragon, but I don't feel like the fire dragon presents that much of a threat because I have a ton of fire resistance. And the Rakshasa is immune, so yeah. But I would do it on Orc Knights and other things. Okay, this guy would qualify if it was mighty. It's not mighty, so I think I'm okay. The warlord definitely qualifies if it was mighty, but it's not mighty. Oh, that guy has a plate of willpower. That may be something that I'm interested in picking up because I don't have willpower, so I can just pick this up and now I have willpower. It is willpower that comes at the cost of 6 slaying, but at the end of the day, willpower is willpower. I think I cleared the depths 2. Yeah, depths 2 is safe. So I'm just gonna chill here for a bit. Better plate of willpower. I'll pick that up. Mm, okay, I think I don't care about the Orb of Guile either. I don't see myself hexing a lot. I don't think I care about the boots. And the crystal plate, I really want to drop it. I don't see myself using it. Okay, how does this look? My armor class actually goes down if I put that on. I must still have the soda pots. Yeah, that's a shame. The soda pots are kind of throwing me away from using higher protection armor class. Ooh, 2 scrolls of enchant armor. Give me that. That's a big deal. Those are worth their weight in gold because of my character's religious choices, you know? Quicksilver Dragon. Okay. No, that's much of an issue. This is a pretty good spot for me to fight all of those things on. Yeah, this is a fantastic spot to fight on. All right. Of course, the evocables are not gonna be that good for my character because I cannot use Tin of Tremor Stones if there's a slime in line of sight because Jiyva would get unreasonably angry for that. So yeah, I can only use it when there's no slimes, and it's only against very select items or very select enemies. But it's okay to have it regardless. I think I'm gonna be training more fighting, more armor, and more dodging. And I think at this point I don't think I care about too much about that screen for the rest of the game. Oh wow. Um, Lots of plates of willpower. Of course, the Quicksilver scales do not do anything for my character. Um, wow, big damage. Okay. Oh yeah, I was going to do it, but then I saw the jelly. Otherwise, the game would have warned me, so it would have been okay. Um, I wish Jiyva had an ability that gave you a lot of extra regen. I feel like that would be nice. Also, this chainmail, I hope that it's great. I need it to be great. Need an upgrade. Ooh, that's nice. The brand weapon is a pretty good thing because I mentioned earlier that I wanted to replace it by the time I got to this point in the game. And by earlier, I mean I mentioned it last stream. I wanted to replace that by this point in the game. Mm, I wonder why Spriggan Riders have that mechanic where that can sometimes turn them into normal Spriggans. It looks really weird to me. I must have auto pickup turned off. What? No, it was turned on, but I had enemies in line of sight. I was just wondering why I didn't pick up those things. Vulnerability doesn't do anything for me. Mm. Oh man, like I always want them to be good and they're never good. Though I do have one good one somehow. Huh. A Dreadlich inside the rune door. An iron grate. Okay. Okay. And a condenser vein. Hold on, that I do want. You have paralysis, which I am immune to, so I should be fine. Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna rest here till I am at full HP. Summon an Executioner immediately, which I am not afraid of. Yeah, you can summon Executioners all that you want. I have issues with the Tsitsi Metal, of course, but the Executioners are a joke. If I had really deemed that to be very dangerous, I could have Slimy fight. Fortunately, it was okay. And wow, the jellies are not getting there. Let's get there then. That's so disappointing. That's Irradiate, but I'm not a spellcaster. Interesting how the jellies are completely incapable of getting to those items. What do you have? A file of lots. Okay, experience evocables that I am a big fan of. I shall take them. Okay. I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. It was worth it. Didn't want to get into an extended fight with a Tsitsi Mito in line of sight. It's never a good thing to do that. It can go terribly wrong. I'm not a big fan of my current state of piety, but I am a big fan of these 3 pips of willpower that I just got, and the poison resistance is also really good. Now I can go do wealth. I feel like I can go do wealth and not have any issues. And I better do that quick before, Jiyva removes those mutations from me. Mm. I'm gonna clear this level, and after that we're gonna go do that. Pretty strong character. My opinion still stands. It's a really, really strong character. I'm gonna rebrand this Great Sword into a Great Sword of Freezing. That's okay, it's gonna be good for Orbs of Fire. Mm. Ooh, boy. Funnily enough, fun fact, Caustic Strikes are not immune to acid. Yeah, fortunately I had this little corridor here, but we have to ooze Mancy and hope for the best. I have Condenser Vein, so I guess we can also use that for a bit of extra damage. It's going well. So the jelly is standing on freezing vapor. If Jiyva gets mad because the jelly stood on the freezing vapor, I would be really mad. Okay, you killed the jelly. That felt strangely unrewarding. I'm glad that Jiyva didn't get mad at that. I would have gotten mad at that. At Jiyva getting mad at that is what I meant. I would have gotten mad if Jiyva had gotten mad. But no one got mad, so everyone was happy. Good stuff. Oh yeah, this level. Yeah, I didn't. I dived past Depths 1 because Depths 1 was a bit ridiculous. Okay, pretty good. I would tell you that I was afraid of necromancers, but not really. I guess I'll put this on instead of the Ring of Poison Resistance. I'm not gonna drop it because eventually it will be rendered, useful again. Because the nature of Jiyva is that your mutations are gonna be constantly fluctuating. So yeah, Jiyva is interesting in a way because it forces you to think about what you want to carry and what you want to drop on the floor. Um, your inventory slots become a bit more valuable when you're a worshipper of Jiyva. Okay, still have 3 pips of fire resistance, so I don't feel afraid of the Hell Knights. It's important to check that because I think my only fire resistance. No, that's not true. I have the buckler, but the bulk of my fire resistance comes from the mutation that Jiyva gave me. So if I lose that mutation, I am not gonna be very fire resistant, and so I might be in trouble. I'm a bit surprised that I never found one of those +5 great swords that are so abundant when you don't care about them. Oh, Spectral Caustic Strike. Why is that thing even here? Yeah, that's Spectral Caustic Strike. Oh, now there's 2 of them. Okay, yeah. What is this level? This level looks nightmarish. I think I should start trying to shaft myself down again. Yeah, okay, that was a pretty good thing to do. Oh boy, oh boy. Getting out of here is proving to be very uncomfortable. Open levels like these ones are the bane of my existence with this character. It would be better if I had access to a bigger shield, but the only ones that I've seen I didn't pick up, and by extension they were eaten by slimes. Okay, I'll pick up the Unrestrained Analects just because it's a pretty good book. Okay, let's go do Elf before I lose these mutations that give me willpower. Hey, Wislav. Big fan of that as well. I don't need to use magic mapping, so I'm not going to use it. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to use it. Hmm. Okay, let's just manually explore a bit. Try to find that Wizlaf because I do want to go into the Wizlaf. Wizlafs can have some pretty powerful loot. We found a fifth scroll of enchant armor. That's nice. Um, I could use this plate of willpower now, or the crystal plate. The crystal plate is much worse than you would think because unfortunately Jiyva has given me these massive pseudopods. I've had them for what it feels like forever. Yeah, I haven't really been able to use the armor. Okay. The Wizlab is over there, and there is a lot of shops here, which I would be happier about if I had access to, money. But being a Jiva worshipper, I am forced to be very frugal. Yeah. You got an Octopod Venom Mage to Depths for the first time today. Did you go from D15 to Depths 1, or did you not do that? Because if you go from D15 to Depths 1, you're gonna get very quickly. You're gonna get very quickly killed. So you should not do that. My Earth Elementalist Octopod was a pretty good reference. I'm glad to hear that you found it useful. In general, when people find things that I do useful, it is quite a nice feeling, you know. You could even call it an alien feeling in my line of business. Oh, Fleshworks is nice. That's a 50% for a night, 50% chance for an item that I cannot equip, which is the Hat of the Alchemist. Um, mm, Raiju Wandering must have been a shapeshifter. Yeah, that's fine. That guy gives temporary bat mutations, like fleshy orifices. Yeah, they're pretty funny. But adjacent to it, you can close it by pressing the C key. You're here. Okay. Um, Funnily enough, completely ignores the elephant in the room. Yeah, Sigatubi's Fleshworks is pretty nice. I once read a web serial um, about a world that's pretty similar to Sigatubi's Fleshworks. Like instead of people developing technology the way that we know it today, they develop biotechnology like zombies and stuff, and like mutants. Well, not really mutants because mutants are born, right? They're not made. But but yeah, like they make things like that, like Frankenstein kind of thing. Um, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Wow, don't get hurt. Don't get hurt. What if I displace you so you don't get hurt? Okay, I'm glad that Jiyva is not caring about that. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that Jiyva is not caring about that. Because I don't understand how Jiyva is not caring about that, but I shall take it. Also, that's I think where the Hat of the Alchemist should have been, and it was not there, so no Hat of the Alchemist for me it seems. No, no, no. Like the ring that I just picked up is a significant downgrade compared to the ring that I have for resistance to electricity. The strength doesn't do a lot for my character. It does something, but it doesn't do as much as it normally would do because I'm using a sword, so dexterity is way more important. And also that ring of resistance to electricity also doesn't offer slaying. Slaying is a really important property for me to have. Okay. You know, the funny part about this place is that because I'm a Jiyva worshipper, I don't have to fear too much getting severely malmutated by those clouds. Jiyva would just get rid of the mutations very fast. Hmm. Ooh, it's a lot of potions of mutation. Give me that. I'll drink them. Nice! I lost all the soda pots. That's fantastic. That's a big armor class increase. 36. I could have 36 armor class. I lose 5 slaying, but I gain 6 armor class. I also lose 7 evasion. I think I'm gonna stick with 3023. I kind of wanna, I kind of wanna go slime with Faisego 2B's monster. I'm gonna do that. Liquefies into an Azure Jelly. Alright. Azure Jelly to Gotubi's monster. Let's see what we got here. Scrolls of Summoning, Scrolls of Summoning. Can I tell you to... You're not gonna listen to me, so I'm not even gonna waste turns doing that. Oh, man, that sucks. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, so I would have, you know, kept more loot. But it was fine. Um, that's the only mutations that I really wanted to get rid of, you know, the soda pots. So now that I don't have the soda pots anymore, I don't feel compelled to drink these potions of mutation. I got 15 potions of mutation, and I don't want to drink them because I'm with Jiyva. So I have very large amounts of very good mutations. Now let's check all these shops that I have to run past. Mm. Ringo Willpower is nice. I needed it, you know, back before Jiyva gave me 3 pips of willpower. Now that I have those, I don't feel too compelled to buy it, especially because money is a very valuable thing for my character. Purple Greatsword came a bit too late. Oh, by the way, I should probably turn on the auto pickup for enchant weapon. I don't think I have it on because I have it off by default unless I'm carrying it, and I'm not carrying it. I hope that I don't miss too much enchant weapon. Um, I'm using Faith in case you were not aware. Faith gives me more mutations from Jiyva, also more piety, so I can use Jiva's abilities more. I think Faith is a pretty good thing for me to have. I should probably drop and never pick up the potions of brilliance. Yeah, those ones can go away. Something that I noticed recently when I played 0.26 is that I played faster because my RC file is made in such a way that in 0.26 I don't pick up many things. After a certain point, I have it so that it doesn't pick up items that say ring off or amulet off, which are identified rings or amulets. Um, but I had to remove that when stepping on items, identify them, because that just made it so that I didn't ever pick up anything, which of course is not where we want to be. But yeah, I wonder if that's fixed now, and I can add that line back to my RC file. I wonder. Lots of vampires. I remember going into this vault before and having issues. This character feels really strong, however, and I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of issues here. Great Sword of Draining. Could have used that earlier, once again. Because when I found this sword, I think I found it as a +1 Great Sword of Draining. I think it was +1. So I would have liked to get the extra enchantment. Triple Robust. Lost 1 pip of fire resistance and 1 pip of willpower, but I got triple robust. So now I have Ogre HP. Ogre HP is certainly delightful, especially when it comes alongside armor class and evasion that is vastly superior to the one an ogre would have. Um, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, this looks nice. If I could, I would love to retain these mutations for the rest of the game. Those are really, really good. Maybe add something to those mutations, like add cold resistance. Cold resistance would be nice, but that's about it. Um, so I just dug through that and destroyed all these orcs. Um, I'm okay. I don't need to worry too much about that. I'll just continue exploring this level. So far I haven't heard many jelly noises. Oh, talking about that, I'm probably gonna lose a lot of loot on Elf 3 as well because of those jellies. I don't have Scrolls of Poison anymore. I wonder how rare they are. There's a Tzitzimitl there. The demonologist managed to summon a Tzitzimitl. If it stands next to me like this, I need to drink 3, which I do not have. Well, I hope that I don't get destroyed. I cannot slimify the Tzitzimitl because it's not living nor corporeal undead. It's a greater demon. It's demonic, and you cannot slimify demons. Mm, that's a good reason to not take Jiyva into extended. Not only that, but you're also not gonna have a lot of loot after being a Jiyva worshipper for a while. Um, so yeah, you're likely to not be able to win a battle of attrition. For 3 runes, it's pretty good. I have to say that. I've been having a blast with Jiyva for 3 runes, but I don't know if it works in extended. Maybe for something like a Jinn. Like, imagine a Jinn of Jiyva that has like Firestorm. That's gonna be really, really good. But I am no Jinn of Jiyva, nor a spellcaster. I'm a lowly melee character, just sitting here, sometimes shooting my +0 arbalest with my 15 slaying, and of course killing everything because I have 15 slaying. But yeah, I don't even have enough scrolls of enchant weapon to fully enchant my main weapon, which is the sword. I would never take a character like this to extended just because it doesn't have anything. Um, but it is strong. I don't think it's gonna have many issues in SOT. Okay, I like this bolt. It's full of fiery dudes with Scroll of Immolation at the end of it, and a book. Um, Ignite, Poison, Sticky Flame, Fireball, and Firestorm. Those are some pretty good spells. Especially Firestorm. Not using them, but pretty good spells nonetheless. Did I accidentally open the Hollow Blades? I did. I accidentally opened the Hollow Blades. Okay, I should probably not be here. I'm gonna try to get out. Someone has Distortion. You have Distortion. Okay, I'm glad that I didn't get banished. Could have been pretty bad. Yeah, when it comes to the Hollow Blades, 90% of characters should not go here. Very rarely you will need a weapon from here. I think some of the rarest weapons that you can get from here are things that just come too late to you, like a Laja tank. You can get a Laja tank from here, but by the time you get to this place, you probably already have something else going on. Like, the Laja tanks should not spawn here, period, because they exist so that if you get them early, you go for stapes, but you're not gonna go stapes after getting to this point in the game. I should not have issues with the Blade Master, and yeah, it was really easy for me to kill it. Shouts to actually increasing evasion and having, 15 slaying. That probably had something to do with my ability to kill that guy. Ignite Poison is one of your favorite spells. It's really strong. I also like it a fair amount. Okay. I would use magic mapping, except for the fact that I only have one. I'm gonna save it for SOT 5. Doing SOT 5 without magic mapping is straight up misery. I like to know what I am going to be checking out in SOT 5 when it comes to traps, the trap layout. I have 3 Scrolls of Fogo and this drove 1-6. I'm probably never gonna get to 6. Um, yeah, it sounds to me like the jellies are eating my loot. My loot from the vault, I mean. Which is pretty sad, but there's not much that I can do about it. That ring is not good. And so I am not going to use it. The Amulet of Region is pretty okay, but I value Faith a bit more. I would say Faith gives me lots of mutations that are pretty good. And if I take off the amulet, I'm not gonna be able to do some things. This is the vault. Normally, I would do the rest of the level first, so I could teleport in case something bad happens while I'm doing this. But as Formicid, I don't have that option anyway, so it's not worth it for me to do the rest of the level first. Not only that, but I also want to do this as fast as possible, so like the jellies don't get in and eat all my loot. To be completely fair, some of the loot is gonna be carried by these guys. I should drink attraction here. If I had haste, this would be a good time to haste. If I had might, this would be a good time to might. I don't have any of those things. And yeah, I don't need to have cold resistance. I don't know if any of these guys hit you with cold damage. I guess I can use immolation. Just to speed up the process. Vastly speed up the process, apparently. Yeah, that went extremely well. Big fan of what we just did there. Okay, hope that some of these, or at least one of these guys was carrying a shield. But no, it's just a bunch of trash. No interesting items in my line of sight. Sometimes they just carry all the loot, but this was not the case this time. Hopefully there won't be jellies inside of here, and I'll actually be able to pick up everything. Laja tank, yes, I told you Laja tanks are not that good at this point in the game. Formicids are pretty good with Laja tanks, but this is not the kind of thing that I was doing this time. It's a distortion Laja tank. Not a fan of that. Okay, let's go over here. Oh yeah, I got all the loot. Dude, that's crazy. I got all the loot in slime. How does that even, or like being a worshipper of Jiyva and I got all the loot? That's gotta be something new. Okay, I want that ring. That ring is a big deal for my character. I'm carrying a bunch of trash. For some reason I'm carrying a short sword and a dagger. I'm gonna drop those. Pick up this ring of cold resistance. Wow, 10 strength. The saddest thing is that it's on a +1 letter armor, so it's almost unusable. But +10 strength is a lot. This would be great if it was actually enchanted. Even with the brand that it has being protection, I would still like to use it. Potion of 3, give me that. I guess I have to drop something. I don't know what I want to drop though. I guess I can. Oh yeah, this ring. This ring is not good, or not as good as what I have. I mean, on a different character, I would be very happy to have such an item, especially if it's my first source of resistance to electricity. This could have been a great sword, and I would have been very happy to find that, but it was not a great sword. Okay, I want this amulet, or ring of willpower as well. I should drop. Maybe Ambrosia. I already dropped Brilliance. Mana? I could drop Mana. I don't see myself using it because this character doesn't really use its mana pool. I was only worried about my mana when I was using double items of minus mana way earlier in the game. I even trained a bit of spellcasting for the sole purpose of getting mana, even though this character was never gonna use mana. Yeah, +11 Rapier of Bamp is an endgame weapon on the right character. You're correct. This is not the character for that, however. Um, yeah, this character is a fan of big swords and scrolls of enchant weapon. Oh, I found one. Yeah, let's just use it right now. Okay, hopefully I'll find 3 more at the very least. Of course, I would also love to fully enchant my Arbalest, but that's not gonna happen. Yeah, being a Jiyva worshipper, that's not gonna happen. Okay, that's it. Let's go Bolt 5, Abyss. Let's go Abyss. Jiyva doesn't give piety in the Abyss. It should be fine. Yeah, you should get a message when you go to the Abyss that, hey, Jiyva won't give you piety for being here. Um, Green Unbranded Great Sword. It's a triple sword. I assume that you're talking about the Plutonium Sword. I'm searching for a monster item. Uh, yeah, the Plutonium Sword is what I am assuming you're talking about. Triple sword made of weird glowing metal. It irradiates those it strikes, causing a range of unpredictable effects if they survive the impact of the blade itself, that is. Yeah, it would be a pretty good thing. Because the best part about this is that it's not even that expensive for me to train for. Because, like, I don't have much else to train for at this point. And it is a beast of a weapon. Damage rating 75, it says. I wonder what's my damage rating in my current weapon. 65, so it would be higher. I've gotten much better damage ratings, but damage rating doesn't take into account monster armor class, so obviously faster weapons are just gonna be favored, up to the point where things like quick blades are like they pretty much don't work with the preview, the damage rating. Okay, so I can get the rune starting here. Hey, your stasis prevents you from being slowed. Such a nice message. And guess what? My stasis will also prevent me from being paralyzed by the Starker's masses. Pretty nice. Yeah, this character has a bit of stealth. I did think that I was gonna train a bit of stealth at the beginning of the game, because since this character doesn't have escape options, being a Formicid, it's a nice thing to, avoid dangerous and bad fights. I love Formicid. Formicid is one of my favorite species. I like them a lot because of their ability to wear shields with a two-handed sword, or with a two-handed weapon. I think Formicid with swords is probably the best build for Formicid nowadays. Ouch. Well, I found the exit, but what I want is the rune. Stance balancing Jiyva doesn't still exist, right? No, it doesn't. It was one of the very first things that got the axe when it came to new Jiyva. No one liked that because it was always really, really bad. So that's one of the very first things that was removed when the Jiyva rework happened. Yeah, many things that Jiyva used to have were just a relic of ancient times when it came to crawl. The Jiyva stat balancing was one of those things. So Jiyva no longer messes with your stats. That's a pretty bad situation to be in. Yeah, don't kill me. Need to kill the demonologist so that the ice fiend doesn't explode me. Found an exit, but I don't want an exit. I want a rune. The regen from Jiyva is being extremely helpful here. Ooh, did I see a Tsitsimitl? No, I saw Tentacle Star Spawn, I think. Yeah, Tentacle Star Spawn is a joke compared to a Tsitsimitl. Wow, I'm getting healed past. Oh, that's right, because Jiyva doesn't care about that. Jiyva even heals Deep Dwarfs. I heard the other day that there was someone playing Deep Dwarf of Jiyva, and it was the craziest thing ever. I think it was Torinsky, but I'm not sure. So yeah, being sick as a Jiyva worshipper in the Abyss is like a joke. It doesn't affect you in any way whatsoever. Um, so from what I've heard, the way to go is to just be just go straight down in the Abyss nowadays. To not to make your stay as short as possible, so the Abyss doesn't kill you in a war of attrition. Lost 20% mana. Fortunately, that means nothing. Just wish Jiyva was in a temple. Mm, yeah, Jiyva in the temple would be so busted. Like, this character got Jiyva on D1. When Fatal Altar got Jiyva, and it's been broken. Straight up broken. Um, I feel like I barely have enough consumables, but like the greatest consumable that I would like to have, being a Formicid, would be that's a Room Bolt, right? Yeah, that's a Room Bolt. The greatest consumable that I would like to have would be normally blinking, but I am a Formicid, and so I don't get to blink. Period. Well, this is delightful. This is certainly a situation. Mm, Thunderclouds are the most worthless thing in the game. Yeah, I think what I dislike the most about Thunderclouds is that they give you the illusion that they're doing something, and they're not really doing anything. With Fire Clouds, for example, monsters would already have died. Like many of these guys would have already died. And if I hover over some of these guys, they're probably like at full HP. Yeah, like this guy is at full HP. This guy's at full HP. Um, Some of them already just barely, just like enter the screen like right now, but still, I still think that Thunderclouds are really bad. Hmm. This is of course not going very well. This is kinda like the kind of fight that you should not get into when you go to the Abyss. Just like a very long fight. Even though I have Jiyva, I'm still in a bit of a rough time. Yeah. Thorn Hunter. I am not terrified of Thorn Hunter. If I was at this amount of HP in like Swamp, I would be scared of a Thorn Hunter, but now not so much. Okay, that's a gateway leading deeper, but I want the rune. I'm pretty sure this is a rune bolt. I am um, almost like completely sure that this is a rune bolt. It even has a special tile that denotates a rune bolt. And yeah, there it is. Okay, I have a port. Do I have a port? I don't have a port. Maybe you should have gotten that. Um, a port is the correct thing to do in some of these situations. For a moment, you glimpse the secrets of this dreadful place. You feel more experience. In case you don't know, picking up the rune gives you 2 potions of experience. So I'm gonna level up twice, and it gives you an amount of experience. It doesn't give you the same experience that you would get if you were to level up twice for this screen. But it does give you 2 more levels, and that's like 2 more levels worth of HP and mana and spell slots and stats. So it's a pretty good thing. I haven't really tried going into Abyss for my 3rd rune, but this feels good. And yeah, it's better than going to Bolts or going to Spider as a Formicid. So I got Slime, Shoals, and Abyss. I'm not going to Bolts 5. Maybe I'll go to Bolts 5 for the loot, but probably not. And I'll also definitely not go to Spider because the Spider sucks. Um, Start as Abyssal Knight and you can leave before you get the rune. That was much more doable back in the day. Now it is not. Straight up impossible. Oh, I think the Abyssal Knight also starts in a special case version of the Abyss that will never place a rune or something like that. Like even if you somehow manage to get to Abyss 3, which is where the rune starts spawning, I think the game doesn't give you the rune. I don't know for sure because I've never tried, but I've heard that. You can do that. Yeah, I'm not sure. But it's only what I've heard because I've never tried it myself. Um, it's not the kind of thing that I would like to try. Too miserable, you know? You have gotten the rune at super low levels. When was the last time you did that? Um, I'm not afraid of the Nekusek giving me bad mutations because Jiyva worshipper. Even if I was to get really messed up bad mutations, I would still not have any issues with that. Um, on current trunk, huh? In that case, it might be possible. But anyway, you start in Abyss 1, so getting down to Abyss 3 and getting the rune, pretty difficult. Yes, especially since you don't get experience in the Abyss now. The only experience that you can get in the Abyss is the one that comes from picking up the rune. Picking up the rune as an experience level 1 character is also like pretty worthless because it would leave you being experience level 3. Um, and yeah, like that epic journey of like overwhelming odds for the game to kill you only to get there and level up from level 1 to level 3, you might as well just start a normal character and kill D1. Killing D1 will get you the same amount of experience pretty much. Oh, you got it on Abyss 4? I see. How did that go for you? Did you do well? Abyss 1, Abyssal Knight is modified, but if you go down, it all becomes regular Abyss. Oh, that's probably how it is. Yeah, because back in the day, you could not ever get the rune from the initial Abyss as an Abyssal Knight. Um, Okay, now that I have 3 runes, I guess I can just go to Sot. I have 5 scrolls of enchant armor, and they're kind of burning my hands. I feel compelled to throw them towards something. But like the only thing that I would like to enchant is this +0 cloak. So I think I'm just better off waiting for a better one to come my way. Yeah, I cannot believe it. I found very little shields and very little kite shields, very little tower shields. I lost a pip of. Wow, that's not good. I lost some really important stuff for my character. Lost pretty much all my willpower, and I lost my robustness as well. That's rough. Might have to drink those potions of mutation. You need to pick up a teleport scroll on the way down, but there's no teleport scrolls anymore. I used my consumables or my experience evocables, so I don't have them anymore. That's rough. I'm gonna use Immolation here. Oh, I read Torment accidentally. I didn't want to do that. The game even prompted me, and I said yes. I feel disappointed. That went well. How much fire resistance do I have? Only 1 pip. Mm, okay, I would be afraid of you if I was vulnerable to getting paralyzed. Fortunately, I am not, so the Vampire Knight is a joke. Jiyva regen got the job done there. I regen 2 HP per turn, so it's more than enough for me to not have to be afraid of losing half my HP out of my own misplay. I have File of Lots now, so I'm okay when it comes to dealing with these high-level spellcasters like the Draconian Annihilators. Yeah, I can just File of Lots that guy. Easy peasy. +2 cloak, so I get an upgrade. You're wearing Plate of Fire Resistance. Do I want that? Maybe. Maybe I do. I'll pick it up. I'm gonna put on my newly acquired +2 cloak as soon as I have the chance. Okay. Yeah, finding the plutonium sword or the sword of power would be a great thing for this character. Um, I don't. Oh, I just realized something terrible. I lost my boots, and that means that I'm gonna have to drink potions of mutation until I can wear them again. Yeah, I cannot have claws for feet. That's too bad. There we go. I lost a level of that, and that's enough for me to be able to put back on my boots. Those mutations should be considered bad mutations because they're really bad. Like you get very little out of the mutation, and you lose a lot. Like losing an inventory slot, like an armor slot, is a really bad thing. Um, so those mutations are, for all purposes, bad mutations. It's crazy that they are in the good mutation pool because they shouldn't be in the good mutation pool. And it's been like that forever. They've been like that since I started playing the game. Hmm. They might be useful early on, but this is most definitely not early on, you know? Okay, this is fine. This seems fine to me. Great Sword of Flaming. Okay, with that. So yeah, I don't think I'm doing bolts unless I somehow get into serious trouble in SOT and I manage to run away. That would be the only way for me to go do bolts 5. Hmm. Okay, leveled up to 26. So I went from 23 to 25 in the Abyss from picking up the rune, and now I am 26. Right, that's fine. Oh boy, weapon shop. I saw plus 10 and then I saw Hunting Sling and I was inevitably disappointed. Mm, yeah, I guess it's too much to ask for to get a plus 10 Great Sword or Triple Sword at this point in the game. I've already seen so much game and I didn't get any such items. Mm, like a normal triple sword would also not mean anything to me because I don't have the scrolls to enchant it, you know? Hmm. Okay, so I have a couple of options here. I can enchant the crystal plate and put it on. I would lose 6 slaying, but I would gain crystal plate. Or I can just stick with my plus 8 scale mail and have 15 slaying. Where's the binds drop? Rob of Binds is not good. You need to raid another bolt. Yeah, I guess to find the Scroll of Teleport, you need to raid a bolt. But that sounds so impossible. Like, I don't think I would have a good time with that. Um, but it's just my style. Mm. Alright, let's go do SOT. I still cannot believe that I didn't find a shield, other than the ones that I did find and I left on the floor for the jellies to eat. That's so sad. There's gotta be a way for me to add something to my RC file to make it so that I always pick up like scrolls or not scrolls, sorry, like a shield if you're a Formicid. Yeah, I'm okay with this. There we go. Lost a lot of stats from something. Yeah, lots a lot of HP. I got drained. Maybe did I fight a shadow dragon? The shadow dragon just like hit me 7 times in a row. I think that's what happened. Um, it's not an issue. I'm gonna go back to full HP soon. What is an issue, however, is only having 1 pip of fire resistance against this guy. We cannot have that be the case. Yeah, we straight up cannot have that be the case. Mm. I would prefer to have cold resistance, but I would prefer I take not having cold resistance over not having fire resistance. Yeah, this is all right. This is all right. Going well. Mm, Yeah, the only changes that I could do are for items that I don't have access to. So yeah. Mm. Unfortunately for you, I am a Formicid and I can do this. Oh, that's what's been happening. Yeah, I forget that Formicid drain is ridiculous now. Every tile that I dig drains me of like 5 HP or so. It's actually kind of crazy. I'm actually using a Vocler on a Formicid. Yeah, take a look at this. These are all the shields that I have. If I had picked up that kite shield or that tower shield that I found in Bolts 1, I would be using those, but I didn't, so I'm just stuck with this buckler. That's it. Like, ever since I left them behind and then I realized that I left them behind, I've been actively looking for items like that. Pretty much every fight I've been searching for them, but they just haven't come my way. Mm, yeah, draining on Formicid is really, really bad. Like the draining on digging. I think that it would not be so bad if they also had like +1 HP, but they don't have that. I guess this is fine. A better way to see it is like this. Yeah, okay, lost my talons. That's pretty good. What do Formicids do? They do a couple of things. You cannot be hasted, slowed, berserk, paralyzed, or teleported. You can dig through walls and to a lower floor. You have a pair of large antennae on your head, and your four strong arms can wield two-handed weapons with a shield. Um, they are very, very different from your normal crawl character. With your normal crawl character, you have access to some pretty good things, such as blinking and teleport. Yeah, Formicids don't have access to that, nor haste. On the other hand, Formicids will not have to fear getting slowed um, because that's just how Formicids work. They don't get slowed, and that's a pretty fantastic thing um, to have access to. Okay. Also, they have the ability to dig, as you just saw here. They can dig through walls, through rock, of course, and they can dig down, which is also a pretty good thing to be able to do. It's like their one escape option. Because of the nature of Formicids, you are very much incentivized to go for a god that gives you defensive options. Something like Nemelex, maybe Elibilon, maybe Sin, maybe Okawaru. Okawaru is pretty good for Formicid because it gives it something that's better than haste for offensive purposes. They cannot haste, so they cannot haste in combat. They cannot haste against orbs of fire. They cannot haste against leeches. They cannot haste in many situations, especially in the end game where you would like to haste. So yeah, Okawari is pretty nice for that. Duel also can work as an escape option, defensive option, where you just duel someone and then you just drink like 7 potions of ambrosia and cure mutation or cure heal wounds. And you are in a pretty good spot like that after you come out of the arena. Um, so yeah, I would like Okawaru on my Formicids. Jiyva is a very rare pick on a Formicid because getting to Jiyva at all is very difficult. But this character had Jiyva since D1 and it's been doing really well. Um, yeah, of course it doesn't have consumables, but the consumables that I don't have are consumables that I don't have any issues with, like not having. Dude, every tile subtracts 6 HP. Every time I dig through a tile, it subtracts 6 HP. 6 HP. I feel like it's too much. It's too much at the very start of the game, and it's too much now. The amount of HP that you lose from digging scales with your maximum HP, so you don't lose 6 HP from D1, but yeah, you lose too much per tile, too much percentage of your max HP. Should be less impactful. Um, Hold on, I lost my poison resistance. No, I didn't. In that case, why did I get poisoned? Hmm, no idea. Thank you, no problem. This is bad. What situation? The one with the golden dragon, the berserk golden dragon. I didn't feel like it was particularly awful. They used to be able to use giant clubs. They were able to use giant clubs for like a couple of days or so, right? I wasn't too active when Formicids were introduced to the game, but I do remember that they were able to wield giant clubs if they like just used all their arms for them. So like you could use those, but you were unable to use a shield, which was a bad trade-off. I still think that there should be a good species that. Whoa, give me that. Okay, that's now mine. The downside is that I lose my third pip of fire resistance, but I still have two more because I am carrying this fantastic ring of double fire resistance. So it's not bad, but yeah, now we train shields. Now we train shields to 27. Let's see how long it takes me to get to 27. Mm. Oh, come on. Why can't I delete it? It's so janky sometimes. Um, hmm. My switch to the tower shield slowed my attack speed a lot. Yeah. Ooh, it's rough. I had min delay before. Now I have 1.0 delay. Oh man, that sucks because like I obviously would have trained for a tower shield if I had been given access to one much earlier in the game, but just wasn't the case. I hope that I don't get petrified. Do I have cancellation? I have 4 or 5. Okay. In that case, I'm okay with just walking around with no willpower. Because you're a Formicid, you are completely immune to paralysis and slow and other nasty things. It's just part of the properties of being a Formicid. There used to be an item called Amulet of Stasis that gave you these properties and also cancelled the things that it prevents you from doing upon equipping, which was a pretty cool thing for an item to do, but it was removed quite a while ago. I think it was removed and then Formicids were introduced into the game. Hmm. I don't know how I feel about the lack of Holy Word Scrolls. Yeah, it's not a good item. Yeah, negative willpower. Negative willpower plus like a property that I do not particularly care about. Josefina always spawns with a ring of ice that I've never had it be good, you know? I always check Josefina's ring of ice and it's never something that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a crazy item, you know?
Evening, Nomi.
Hello, Shaper. Thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate the continued support. How have you been doing? I hope that you have been doing well.
My wife still doesn't believe in me.
Yeehaw.
Hello, Prince Cosmo. Thank you for the 5 months. I also appreciate the continued support. Um, Let me tell you about this character. It's doing really, really well. I lose the one armor class. In fact, like I'll not even lose the one armor class. I'm just gonna enchant this. Um, just gonna enchant it because I can. You've been okay? All right, that's the good stuff. It's nice for people to be okay. If you are okay, I can have the chance to be okay. So everyone gets benefited when people are okay. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna get some dexterity here. 31 dexterity, and I am training my shields. Do you think that I'm gonna get to 27 shields by the time I get to SOT 5? Because I don't think so. Um, I think I'm gonna get high on shields, but I don't think I'm gonna get to 27. If I get to 20, it's gonna be like a miracle. I could see that happening, actually. Maybe not that much of a miracle, but it would be nice if I got to 20. 27, however, nah. But yeah, I'm using this. I'm not using a tower shield. Or I'm not using a buckler anymore. Prince Cosmo, thank you for the gifts of the Railbird. I appreciate that as well. You had a Formicid with Frostbite and Tower Shield. sounds pretty good. I would like to have a Formicid with a plutonium sword or the sword of power and a tower shield. That would be quite nice. Oh, there's a bolt. There's a new bolt like the Jara's Dual Academy. Um, Maxwell's is not that cool. Like Maxwell's thermic engine, I assume that you're talking about. It's not that cool because it's only a one-handed weapon. It's a double sword instead of it being a triple sword. The point of Formicid is using the biggest weapon that you can find plus a shield. Sometimes that just happens to be a Laja tank, but you can also use double swords. Even halberds are pretty okay. Dart flails. Cloak of Poison Resistance is a delightful thing for me to have. Ooh, I got acid. That means that I won the fight. Yeah, okay. Who had the Cloak of Poison Resistance? Okay, give me that. That is now mine. Now I don't have to fear not having poison resistance, so I can drop these. I'm gonna drop that buckler, never using that again. So I'll finally drop the ring of poison resistance. Now I can do spider. I already had poison resistance. It's just that it comes from a mutation. So you know how it is with Jiyva. It's you're inevitably going to lose it. This is the nature of Jiyva, so I didn't want to be caught with my pants down here with the large amount of dudes with poison clouds that just spawn here, like purple or green draconian. Sorry, are the ones that very often have these clouds. Yeah, they doing sod without poison resistance is awful. I would recommend you to always have poison resistance. It's like one of the most important resistances for doing sod nowadays, in my opinion. Mm. Okay, it sure feels nice to not be, or to be completely immune to slow, because otherwise those dead cops would slow me super hard. Mm. Okay, I feel like a juggernaut. Not gonna lie here. I feel like an absolute unit of a character. I docked 3 times and I'm down to 232 from 250. I feel like it is really, really a bit too much of a nerf. You especially feel it in this part of the game. Um, I have robust one and I feel like it's still too much of a nerf to Formicid. Um, I got the worst mutation in the game, right? But I already cannot use scrolls, so I don't feel too worried about it. Um, yeah, this time we don't have to be worried about hitting a exploration trap in the entrance of SOT 5, or in the entrance to the vestibule. Hey, it's this bolt with the red draconians and the sauna and the neutral orb of fire. That red draconian knight is lucky that I found a shield, because otherwise I would grab that shield that it's using. I wonder if anyone had a shield other than that. There was a kite shield in SOT 1, but that's pretty much it. That guy probably also had, oh yeah, tower shield. Draconian's knights often generate with tower shields. Okay, that went really well. What's my shields looking like? 17.8. My attack delay 0.8, 0.8, 0.9 sometimes. That's respectable. I don't like it, but it's respectable. Okay, got a lot of armor class there. And I also got resistance to electricity. But we don't particularly care about that. I've had resistance to electricity for quite a while, um, so yeah. At this point, the character is looking really really good. But to be completely honest, for pretty much the entirety of the game, the character felt extremely strong. Only at the very beginning of the stream today did I have issues. Oh, by the way, this is something funny that you can do with a Formicid. If you have if you're a Formicid or you have an item that gives you minus delay, you can stand here with your launcher and just like shoot at them, and they're not gonna be able to reach you ever because there's a teleport trap. So you just get teleported away, and then they come towards you, and then you just continue shooting them, and then you get hit for 56 damage from a dude with damnation, and you file a flood seed, and it goes away. This is not going in my favor. Yeah, it's fine regardless um, because of these pretty much. So like, dudes are never gonna reach me. Like this guy's gonna walk forward and it's gonna immediately go away. I can also paralyze or charm this guy. I have 12 evocations after all. Your stasis prevents you from being paralyzed. Beautiful. You kill the white draconian. Okay, even though I am completely immune to the paralysis, the Dread Leeches are still really scary. Not a fan of the wide array of greater demons that they can summon. There we go. Let's continue going in. In any situation where I feel too threatened by something, I can just slimify it. I gained back a ton of Jiyva piety after using quite a bit of it earlier in the game. So I can slimify leeches, but I cannot slimify orbs of fire, for example. Just straight up doesn't work against them. For those, I have to use more orthodox methods of getting rid of them. Ancient Lich is bad. I have a lot of armor class and evasion, so it's not the worst thing ever, but it is still bad. I don't want to get hit by a crystal spear and lose like 150 HP. Though with this character losing 150 HP, it's not the worst, not the end of the world, but pretty bad nonetheless.